Hey guys, so I'm back to playing Black Desert. Diablo and the terrible endgame there sent me back to good old BDO. So figured I'd just do some videos again. I haven't played about a year and a half. Recently came back. Made a Berserker for season to see how he was. But anyway, into the patch notes. So let us graduate from season, and if you haven't done that before, you go to Fugar. He gives you some stuff. You might I think you might have to finish a few things from him and use your timepiece. But I'm sure there's plenty of videos on how to actually graduate. But it starts as Fugar, ends with Fugar. So go through there. He gives you some stuff when you finish. If you don't do anything, I believe it'll auto graduate your guy, but I'm not sure how that's gonna play out with the new seasons. Before it used to just like leave your season guy there, he would just graduate when season ended. I don't know how that's gonna change with how seasons are changing on PC. But basically, if you're a new player, you want to take the necklace that we got, as a season reward. If not, just grab, whatever item. New hairstyles. I always find it good that they're updating some character designs. I'm not going to touch upon class buffs here. I don't play all these characters, and I haven't played in a year and a half, so I'm not sure if they're good, bad, and different. This should have been like a month or two worth of updates for characters on PC. I've heard they've done good things PvE towards Lan again. I think she tailed off a little bit, and maybe they're buffing her and her back to how she used to be. Maybe not quite top tier, but not mid-range, which I think it is. Me, as you know, I like to sail around and barter, which got a huge buff, with the silver probably being like 700, 800, 900 mil a day or more. They took the currents out. I always find these super annoying as they made no sense on how they implemented them, but so the currents are gone. So you'll just now need wind speed floating around. You would have noticed the currents if you ever did the old Black Rust quest or sailed from like Pirate Island to Iberia. It was super, super slow. Now you could just put your sails up and you got a good base level of steering, especially if you didn't have a carrot. God, those currents were awful. Quick thing here, pets. So the pets, if they're not level 10, they're going to be in your Black Spirit menu, and I'll show you a quick clip of them. And then you can take them out of your Black Spirit and sell them on the Essential Market. So if you're new and you don't have a lot of pets, now is probably the best time in a long time to be trying to snipe some pets from the Essential Market. I didn't see any. I saw some being listed this morning, but I didn't see like mounds of them. So over the course of today, as people log on, put some pre-orders in or try and grab some pets if you need them. So real quick, this is just going to be a where your pets are, kind of in the Black Spirit, just to help some people out who are looking for them. So go to the Black Spirit. I've got tons of junk in here that I've never collected. I always say one day I am there. You'll see the pets kind of all hanging out in the middle. You can grab them, take them back in your inventory, and then sell them in the Central Market from there. I did see a few lists, so check out the market. They gave us new Martyr Realm zones, so I know these are new, I think, to Marty Realm, which should help on seasons, if or just in general, if you want to grind these. I don't know if we got the new loot update on bandits. I heard that's pretty good, like 400 to 500 mil now on PC. Centaurs, I think it's not the best rotation, but it's still pretty good. And then stuff like Kutuga, and if you're new or seasons, is pretty good as well. So this is kind of just showing where they are. Crescent Shrine is actually a pretty good spot for season players. I was on Archer the other day and got like 4 rings and like 200 mil an hour in trash on a 240 AP Berserker. So they've improved blue drops. I think this is probably a month or two ago in PC. But I think most notably they buffed. I've never gone to Gyfin, but in terms of Elvia, this is probably your Serendia spots. After seasons, you're going to want to head probably towards Swamp Fogans, I believe, where you can probably make 400 to 500 600 mil. And kind of one of the slow grind pieces here is the cups, and you get different colored shards from the different Elvia spots, and then you make a cup, and those have been, I think they add like crit or HP to rings or earrings or something, in terms of why they're popular or a necessary upgrade at some point in your gear progression. But they've buffed those and then kind of made it a more silver per hour, and which is overall good spots. I don't think we have the Rumbling Earth Shard that PC has, considering we don't have the T10 horses and there's not as much demand for them. So this is kind of just, I've heard the nerf to Blackstones from some people who play on PC outweighed the sealed crystal stuff that's kind of happened. So it's probably helped PC and hurts us a little bit. but it is what it is. I don't think it's silver-wise. I don't think it's significantly changed. I've never made an Archilian gear, but if you're looking at gear and you're a new player, I would highly advise while we got that free pen. And if you're curious how to get that, I can throw a video up on that one. I think I saved it when I did it. But these the cheap pens are dirt cheap, which is what I wanted to say. So I would try and do that. These other things I'm skipping through here, these are just changes to the quest lines and some items and some books in terms of the adventure journal. Is not too much, to say there. So I think I haven't gotten back into Node Wars here, but they're buffing some of the silver added to the Node Wars here. So I think 1,000 gold bars is 100 mil. So if you're third place, you would get 900 mil instead of 600 mil, which I think better rewards some of the top gear players who participate in Node Wars or Siege, or even if you're just doing normal Node Wars. You're now getting just slightly more gold than you used to, and slightly more honor tokens, I guess, in some of these spots. So I'll get back into that eventually, but I always like to see them rewarding PvPers time, especially since some of these sieges drag on forever. So overall good. I think this part's going to hurt us, where it was a anti-sniping metric they put in. Somebody told me on PC, so that way you didn't just have like 3 people show up and die and get a reward. So here on console though, if it's just 2 guilds fighting and like one quits after 10 minutes, they might you might not have had 100 people die, and you guys went and showed up to the war, and I think we should still get rewarded for that. I doubt they'll change it for console, but I think they should make it for console, just because we don't have huge guilds fighting all over the map like they do on PC, and we just have a smaller player base as well. Just my 2 cents there. But I'm going to skip over all these item changes here. Yeah, this is the rest of the standard stuff. I think they recently fixed some things, like that node production out in Land of Morning Light for the cabbage and stuff was fixed like midweek or last patch, and some of the things that are up there. I didn't see anything too good in the events. There's some guild bonuses and chests. Like here, we get some. This is probably the only one like worth doing. Is you make sure you get this, defeat 1,000 monsters for some free Caparas. So, go do this, or before you grind is probably one of the better ones for the week. The Rift bosses, there's been announcements I saw popping up. Yeah. So I think they give. I've never done these scrolls. I've got some from 3 years still sitting in my inventory. I don't know if they're even worth your time. But the Ono fragments are good. You can convert these into jewelry. I think if you're a certain level in Alta Nova or something. And then if you're into Black Star Enhancing or ever want one, it's good to save some of these for when you eventually need it. Outside of that, I don't think any of these. If you're brand new and you haven't done the free horse, do it. And then there's a free pen armor as well, probably the 2 big ones, and then I think the J hammers are still good for now. And the season, this is still active. You could change your fish in these spots. If you go to Duvenkroon, there were like 2 people here last night on one of the servers, so it's definitely good. Just swap these out for free stuff. Always good, especially if you're doing the Jatina for like a Nuber or Kudum or something, or even your first armor. But I would just buy the armors and save GG for the weapons. That's my personal take. But that's basically it. Enough rambling here. Reminder, if you're looking for pets, some of your pets might be in the Black Spirit safe.